Welcome back to That's Clever. We're on the road finding real people making really cool crafts. This artist from Topanga, California clocks in with the construction of an Italian villa.
Hi, I'm Valerie Walsh, and this is my dog, Raph. And we live in Topanga, California. I love being outdoors and surrounding myself with nature. I also build houses, but not just any kind of houses. They're whimsical, as light as a feather, and each has a life of its own. Today I'm building this house clock. It kind of looks like an Italian villa. It looks like ceramic, but it's resin, and it has this little clock right here. This is my studio. It's a solarium. It has a lot of light, and this is where I create my buildings. The first thing I need to do to make my house is construct the body. I start out with a big piece of foam board that is 12 by 24, and I divide it into 3 sections. I'm going to take my craft knife and score along these lines. Then I fold it to create the body of the building. Now I have the bottom piece. I take the body piece and I hot glue it. And I place it onto the base, and once it's dry, I'm going to cut off this excess. I now have the body, the base, and I even cut out a roof. Now I'm ready to cut the peak. I've got my peak, and now I'm going to fill in these cracks with some modeling paste. I filled in all of the modeling paste and all of the cracks, and I've also added a shelf. The shelf is to hide the guts of the clock. It makes it look a little more pro. I'm going to sand off these rough edges, and I'm going to apply a coat of gesso. Gesso is a primer, and it creates a smooth surface for the paint to flow on easily and smoothly. I finish my gesso, I let it dry, and now I'm going to apply my neutral base color. All of the paints that I use are acrylic. I finished painting my base color. It's dry, and now I'm going to sponge on some different colors to give it some texture and to make it look like an Italian villa. I started making these kinds of houses when I got a commission to do a Venetian city for a man's home, and I had no idea what to do. I started using foam board. I looked at it as a sort of miniature drywall, and I saw that I could make things out of it really easily, and the buildings were just the next natural step. Now I'm going to airbrush a little bit on all of these areas that I've just painted. It sort of halos it and softens it because these colors are just a little too bright. The base color is looking pretty good, and now I'm going to add on some windows. To make the windows, I'm going to use some Frisket. Frisket is plastic that you cut with a craft knife to create masks that mask off the area that you don't want the paint and where you do want the paint. The Frisket's cut out, and I place this brown paper alongside of it for the overspray. I'm going to start out with some yellow paint, and then I'm going to do a blend from yellow to orange to red. And now I'm going to add some extra details, and then I'll be done painting the body of the house. The body of the clock looks great, and I also cut a hole so the clock will fit in. Now I'm going to paint the roof. I finished painting the roof of the house, and I made these shutters that I will attach to the sides of the windows, and it gives it a realistic look. To attach, more hot glue. The shutters are on, and now I'm going to attach the roof. Some might say raise the roof. Now I'm ready to pour on the resin. To pour my resin, I've set up some plastic and coffee cans. I'm placing this down on the coffee cans so that when I pour the resin on, the resin will drip off and through the building. I'm going to pour equal parts of hardener and resin to make it perfect. You know, working with resin is kind of stinky, so I'm going to put on my respirator. I poured my resin. It has to cure for at least 72 hours. The resin's dry. It came out nice and smooth. I went ahead and attached the backing and this door with a hinge and this hanger. And I'm ready to add the clock. So that's it. I finished my house clock. It looks like an Italian villa, and I'm pretty happy about it. Bella.